Hi, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Maureen Swaneo and I am the founder of the Nonya Secrets range of Southeast Asian cooking and curry sauces, which are made with only natural ingredients with no artificial additives or preservatives. Which means that when you cook with the sauces, your dishes will not only taste homemade and delicious with all the layers of flavors, but it saves you a lot of time. It keeps your pantry and refrigerator free from clutter with all the various ingredients that is required to make a Southeast Asian curry sauce. So today I'm going to show you a very simple but nonetheless delicious recipe using one of my sauces, red curry mix. Tom yum soup is a hot and sour soup which is very popular all over the world, and you can either make it with vegetables and tofu, chicken, or seafood tom yum. You choose. Well, my favorite is seafood, so let me show you what I'm going to put in my seafood tom yum. We've got some tiger prawns, raw tiger prawns. Use raw rather than cooked because it will give it more flavor and moist. Some fresh squid which I have cleaned and scored so that it will also make it quicker and easier to cook. And then some fish. So this is white fish. I've used hake, but you can also use cod if you want to, or there's a cheaper fish called pollock or monkfish. And then I'm just going to add some sliced mushrooms and some fresh tomatoes, some fresh lemon juice, freshly squeezed, and so let's start cooking. So seafood tom yum takes only about 5 minutes or so to cook up. So it's best to cook your seafood only when you're ready to eat so that the fish still tastes fresh, moist and succulent. So once you've got your stock, you can start the seasoning. Now this stock I've made with the prawn shells, which I've peeled from the prawns, and caramelized it in a bit of oil. And as soon as it starts turning pink, you just top it up with about a litre or so of water and let it simmer for about half an hour, and then strain and remove all the carcass. So you're left with this lovely and delicious pink stock which is rich and flavorsome. So bring it to the boil and then flavor it with a spoonful of the red curry paste. So here is about a teaspoonful. You can add more or less depending on how strong you'd like your sauce to be. And then I'm going to also add some fish sauce for the salty part. You can add more or less according to taste. So before you serve up, you should always have a little taste to make sure you're happy with the flavor. Then some fresh lemon juice. So bring the sauce up to boil, and then you can lower your seafood ingredients. So start with the pieces of fish. Don't cut the piece of fish too small because they might break up in the cooking process. It's nice to have sort of chunky bits to it. So add the pieces of seafood that takes the longest to cook. So the fish would be, because they are a bit chunky, they will take a little bit longer, about sort of 5 to 6 minutes. And then you can add your mushrooms. As soon as the fish turn opaque, you know they are cooked. So just before it gets there, I'm going to now add my prawns. I do leave the prawns on the tails on just to give it some texture and it looks better. And then finally the squid. So you'll know when they are cooked when the prawns start to curl up and turn a vibrant pink, and the squid will turn opaque, and all the score lines will start to show. Now I'm also going to add some fresh tomatoes just to give it a little bit of color. And then another final taste. To adjust the seasoning, especially in terms of the amount of lemon juice you might want to add. So my soup is now ready to serve, and I'm just going to transfer it into a serving bowl. So the amount of fish that you add to the soup will vary according to whether you just want a light meal as a starter, or if you want as a main course, you can add more seafood in it to pad it out. So there you have it, my delicious tom yum soup. And to garnish it with some fresh coriander leaves and some chili slices for a bit more color. Now you can also adjust the heat by adding more chili if you want it hotter. Now I've got my surani sauce, which is the Nonya secret surani sauce, which I have, it's all the ingredients that reflect the hot and sour flavor of the soup. So if you add another spoonful, that will increase the heat. But if you don't have this, then you can always add fresh chilies or even an extra teaspoon of the red curry mix. So I hope you enjoy this recipe, and do follow me for more recipes using Nonya Secret's curry sauces. Thank you for watching.